mà nói going down my hair really good.
Hood fans, today I'm bringing you, we're going to be crafting a very dear thing. So we all know Pride Month is this month, and so I thought in order to celebrate it, it'd only be Hood if I made a, there it is, a gay ass knife. So my little brain, wait, I'm off camera real quick. My little brain started crafting, and I thought, what would be the gayest fucking knife that I could make? And it's the Steven Universe. The Steven Universe. No. So today, right now, I've got 2 pieces of paper of gayness right here. We're gonna make this. This is gonna be a beautiful knife. It's Balisong. I'm gonna let me shimmy out. Yeah, we're gonna put these bitches on these. What are we gonna put these on? We're gonna put on shit. Don't worry about it. Ooh, where the fuck is that little thing? I swore. But anyways, we'll just start off with the blade. Grab some trying to decide 80 CRB or 15 and 20. How much do I have left of the 80 CRB? We'll put you right here. Only 4 pieces? Dang! Take this one. Put that bitch back in the sock. Ooh, back in the sock. I'm packing the rock. I'm liking the sock. Ooh. Bars, guys. I'm telling you, next fucking Tupac staring right at you. The fucking... This is what I'm talking about. Living the fucking gangbanging life is the life. I'm telling you. Going the like it fucking spilling shit, dude. But fucking being like, it's so freeing. You can do whatever the fuck you want, bro. It's just crazy, bro. So I just mainly just pillage my neighborhood and be an absolute nuisance to everybody. Hold up. Cut. The first thing you want to do is get your knife blank. This is yep, you already know what the fuck that is. We'll go grab some Elmer's glue. It's my preferred choice. Doesn't do much, it just makes it stick. You just need something to stick it to. But you go from the back side, give it a generous amount, because this ain't like gluing the paper. It's not gonna be fucking, you want this thing to be solid on that bitch. Ain't no chance in hell fucking am I getting fucked over by this. But fucking, we just put it on there. Make sure you're all soft with it and shit. Pat it down a little bit. And then, boom. That's the knife one. Now, with the handles are a different story. What I plan to do with these is some rock texture, probably. Or at least some file work on the handles. So, what we'll need is, let me find it. struggle, we got the knife. Now, with these, you also need some spray paint. For my method, you could also use permanent marker to go around the edge. I just like spray paint because it's quicker, gets it out the fucking way for a little bit. So. Start with the handles. As you can see, we'll plan on cutting this bitch off and then cutting that pretty close to where that edge is right there. And then take out, with these handles and Balisong, you roughly want about 6 inches of clearance for each handle. So that's what I'll probably do. And yeah, get these cut out. As you can see, we got the 4 handles taken out. The middle ones are a little stencil. Now we gotta cut this bitch out. Okay. This one's you gotta be careful on. If you take the much off, you'll throw the whole fucking knife in the shit. Actually, scratch that. We're gonna drill these fucking holes first, so we make sure we do not fuck this up. And we just put that bitch in there. Holes are drilled. I think it might just be the whole thing, the whole knife looking cockeyed. Yeah. So, straighten it out. Well, it's whatever. We'll figure it out. Resize the holes. Now these are 5mm. Using this little reamer. But now we can get to fucking cutting the shit out. So now that we got the blade and the handles drilled and reasonably cut to size, now that we can move on to the big boy grinder. Now, what I usually like using is about a 36 grit to remove all that fucking junk off that shit. And it usually cleans it up good. I'll probably have to run it over with a 120 after, make sure the edges are, you know, crisp and clean. But anyways, I'll meet you over there. They're all the same size, same thickness, same everything. That's how you do it, guys. That's how you do it. No lie. No kidding. Straight on the streets, my man. As you can see, we have the rough dimensions of the Balisong already made. Looking good. Now, I'm gonna have to put in a little finger choil where that is. Clean this area up. Try to make that all crisp and clean, you know what I'm saying? All this, is basically just going back over, getting any spots that we missed, you know? Now we're gonna hit these with some P120 sandpaper. Well, first thing we gotta do is to scribe our lines for our bevels. Now, I like doing this, but just taking a Sharpie, just running it down the edge of the knife, you see? And then what that'll do is just create a color. So when we scribe it, we can actually see it a little better. And it won't be as hard to pick up. It might look, and you're not going to be fumbling around looking like a retard trying to find your little line. So now that we got the whole thing blued off, take our knife scriber, do this, or you could do it with the drill bit. I just like doing this because it's a little bit easier. But take it, run it down that fucking knife. Make sure you do it on the other side so it's even, and you know it's even. Sometimes you'll have to work on, you'll have to work on the blade, the tip sometimes, because it won't do it. So do it that way, do it that way. Oh, what is that? Oh, great heavens. Maybe this way? Yeah, it's just fucking it up even more, but you can see, out. There's a line all the way down it. We're gonna try to put a fairly shallow edge on this, and I want it to be kind of a Tonto, Japanese Tonto type thing. So, just gonna put that bitch on there. See what happens, you know? Mark in there, and now heat treat. There we are. Now, we're wanting to look for this to be non-magnetic. I have my magnet right here. Test. I'll crank it up a little bit. And the way I found is that you don't want it directly into the heat, because then it puts this weird kind of heat on. once we do that, it's gonna be good. So yeah. About getting up to that temperature now. We're almost there. Just gonna try to dig it out now. Try to test to see where it's at. So it's up, magnetic. I'm gonna put it back in there. I'm gonna have a hold of it though. I'll get it up a little bit higher and then pull it out, dunk that shit. So, seeing a little part of the edge needs to get a little bit more. Make sure all that edge is good. All you really gotta worry about with a knife is getting that edge hard, because that's what you're really gonna be cutting on. And if you don't have that edge hard, what's gonna happen is you're not gonna really have that good edge retention. And it just causes a whole slew of problems, basically. But well, we got that knife heat treated, soaking in there. It's right now still cooling down in there. I'm feeling. Probably leave it in there for a couple more seconds. Make sure it's all good, hard. Okay. Come on. Put it back in. Jump back out. Just really wanting to see if that cooled down. As you can see, it's out of the oil. The way you test if a knife's hard is to find you a file. A little chainsaw file is the way I like using. You skate it. And if you see it like that, if it skates, then it's hard. Hard. It's bricked up right there. Bricked up, bitch, right there. Now that the knife is hardened, make sure it's not hot no more. Yeah, it's not hot no more. Now that the blade's hardened, we're gonna hit it with some 120 and throw it in the toaster oven for about an hour, 2 1-hour cycles to really temper the blade and make it a little bit softer and avoid cracking and splitting. What we're really needing right here, you see that little nook? It's a really prime time for some splitting action, but yeah, I'll get on that. See? Now it's ready for tempering, which we will put in this oven. We'll set that for 400 and for 60 minutes. Yep. While we're working on that, we'll get the handles done. Okay, now we gotta get 2 pieces 1/8 inch round stock, fit into the holes that we drilled into the zinc pins we've made. Now, you don't really have to be accurate with it. I mean, you just need 2 decently sized holes for each of the pins, and yeah. The food review might be in order. See? We got one. Got one. It's hot still, somehow. We'll just get enough. One more. And one more. Boom. We got 2 pins. We got them. Let me show you. We got 2 pins there. 1, 2. Now we're just going to be cleaning them up. So boom. Let's try to get that in there. You see that? They're all domed off, so they'll fit into the holes that we made. Now the other pins are going to be some of these leather craft binders. I don't think they're the best for knives and shit, but I found they have been at least able to hold the knives together. So I usually use the 10mm ones. Hold up. These are about the 8 ones. Where's the 10mm? It's like 10, 12. It's the one below. Actually, we have, I think we might have a couple of them. Hopefully, Felicia. Is that enough? Let's see. Oh. 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 That's gonna be a little deep, but I mean, what can you do? So now that we have the,
Let me grab the blade.
now that we have the blade hardened and tempered, now we can move on to the final steps of the process, which is putting divots in, putting the rivets in, overall test fitting the overall knife and making adjustments there. There we go. Now that we got the knife basically up to what it's going to be looking like by the end of the project, we're wanting to set in these pins and also probably hit the blade. You know, I kind of like this color, the patina that's going on right now, so we'll keep it on there. But definitely gonna have to set in these pins. All we're gonna have to basically do is just hit it with a hammer. That'd be about it. Probably hit it with a file afterwards, so it'll be a little bit closer. But yeah, let's get to it. there we go. Everything's moving freely, and the pins are in there. They're not going anywhere, so we're good now. So we have it taken apart, and all we're gonna do is hit these little extensions off with the belt grinder. Just knock them off so they're a little bit flatter. You won't really notice them when you're flipping them. So, yep. Is there a piece of paper anywhere? Perfect. Yeah, that ain't it. Yep. This is it completed, y'all. Fucking done as shit. Fucking beautiful. Sharp edge on there. You saw it on the box. But anyway, if you'd like to see more of these videos, please comment below what you would like to see me make. Maybe I'll do another food review here coming soon. Feeling a little gluttonous, if you will. So, yeah. Y'all have a good one. Peace out. Subscribe, you fucking dweeb.
Date. After 5 days, I'm not taking a shower in my crack.